You're tuning into.
You're now tuning into
CodenameZ.
And welcome back, everyone.
Hello.
We are on episode 37.
So you got to stop doing numbers because you already know I don't know.
Right, episode 37. We have almost at 40. Wow.
Oh, just like you, almost 40.
Yeah, right. Okay. I'm not the old one of them. I'm just saying. I'm only about to be 26.
Look the oldest, but okay.
Whatever. Good night.
Go off,
I'm
queen.
only about to be 26. Other people are pushing 30 hardcore fast. Other people. Okay, anyway. I'm Tyrone.
And I am Basil Anthony.
And this is CodenameZ.
The recap show.
Whatever. The podcast.
Right. Rude.
So, babe, what are we talking about today? I don't even... It just troubles me. Just go ahead.
So, I'm going to let you introduce this.
So, okay. So, you're going to try to put me in the line of fire.
You are the lawyer of the two. Listen, I'm a therapist. You're the lawyer.
Oh, my gosh.
But, I'll start it. We are talking today... I don't know if you heard about this case. The case of Janiyah Tanae Webb. This is actually very recent as of... Well, the article I'm reading is from the 24th of March, but I think this happened on the 21st.
I believe...
I want to say, maybe a few days ago.
So, yeah, it wasn't that long ago.
Okay, there's a few reasons why I want to bring this up today. Because the outcry was one, the case is another, and just everything with this whole case, it's very strange. So if you haven't heard, this Janiyah Webb, she's from Philly, right? Yeah, she's from Philly or Pennsylvania, whatever. She is, I think she's currently in custody for, they didn't start the case.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. They didn't. Yeah,
they didn't start the case or anything, but she's currently in custody for vehicular manslaughter? What is?
Well, it's typically vehicular homicide.
Vehicular homicide.
But I don't even think that they're charging. Well, yeah, homicide by victim, but they're also just charging her with straight third-degree murder.
Okay, because she, under the influence, hits and killed 3 people, two including state troopers and one a regular pedestrian on the highway.
Oh gosh,
I don't want to talk about this anymore. This is a lot. The case itself is very traumatic. I can say that.
Yeah.
The fact that she was under the influence is a whole different type of situation, because this is something I feel like we've talked about multiple times with everyone. Okay, also, just can we also say under the influence means anything? Okay, it does not just mean drinking.
Yeah,
it means smoking.
Okay, that's repeated 8 times. Remember
the weed,
right?
The heroin, the cocaine, the methamphetamines, the angel dust, the loud, the lean.
What is lean?
A good drink.
Whatever. Good night. What is the...
No, I'm kidding. I've never had lean. Oh my god, let's stop. I've never had lean.
What is it though? Is it cough syrup or something?
It's like cough syrup, Sprite, or grape. Is it grape soda in it too? I want to say it's grape soda in it. I don't want to Google it because I'm going to be put on the watch list.
Right. Yeah, I'm getting investigated right now for my bar, so I do not want to search. What is lean?
Let me see if I real quick.
Right, yeah, okay.
Let me Google what is lean. But all that. So any of that, and then you getting into a vehicle. DUI.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it does not mean just a 4-door or a 2-door. That means motorcycles. It means a moped. It means a bicycle. Just if it has wheels and it's not your wheels, don't get in it.
Right.
Okay?
Exactly.
Just don't do it.
Oh my gosh. So, okay. I just want to start and preface by saying that with the sentencing guidelines for the charges she's facing, I believe I'm have to check my facts, but it can carry a punishment for 9 to 18 years in prison. So she's looking at 3 different people, so they're going to charge her.
So they're charging her separately.
Separately for all of. Well, it's going to all be together, but it's going to be 3 counts for each person. So she could be going to jail for like a long time, like probably like half of her life. Now, I want to preference by saying that I don't necessarily think that she should probably go to jail for half of her life, because the point of incarceration in this country is rehabilitation and things. So the point is to take dangerous people off the street and rehabilitate people so they don't pose that danger. Will it take her 40 years in prison to learn? I mean, first of all, I think she really probably has learned her lesson from having to live with the fact that she killed 3 people. Now, with that being said, I have saw some comments, and this is what really I think got us riled up. We have saw some Instagram posts that kind of gave similar sentiments to what we both kind of agree with, but the way in which they went about it, to me, was very problematic. And it's a thing I see a lot where people want to fight, I guess, for justice or against unfairness, but they do it in a way that trivializes or tries to lessen the impact of what someone does. So this post said that my queen...
I have the post. I have the post.
Just read the post.
I'm not going to say who it is, because I'm not trying to start beef with whoever this person is. Apparently they're Philly famous. I don't know who they are, so who cares? This is the post, and I quote,
Please no.
"Fuck y'all that don't stand with me." First of all, you are started off wrong, sis.
Right.
This queen, all capital,
It's staying with you. You're not the one in prison. Okay, go ahead. Anyway, go ahead.
Hold on. This queen, all capital, is going through hell. Miss Queen, I'm here for you. I've been 21, so have everyone else. I've made mistakes that should have landed me in prison, but God covered my dumb ass. You made a bad choice, but you ain't a villain. I'm here for you. I'm, all capitals, praying you come home. She is in 40 years.
Shut up.
I'm praying for your safety. I'm praying you ain't got to go. You ain't got to go out to kill. Hold on, what, girl? Oh, I'm sorry. I skipped the whole line. Wow.
I'm about to say what's
I'm praying for your sanity. Thank you. I know this fucking your head up, because you ain't got to go out and kill no matter what time you get for life. Okay, girl. Mm-hmm. Fuck you if you against her. Baby girl, I know you ain't mean to do it. You're 21 and did some 21-year-old dumb shit. You deserve mercy. Now, just like this poster, I've been 21 as well. Can't say I've killed anyone.
Right. It's just, first of all, it's so many things that I find extremely wrong with that post. First of all, thing number one is, yes, I know this is probably very traumatic for the girl too, but what about the 3 families who family members were just killed and murdered? Mm-hmm. Including one of the state troopers who was killed, wife is pregnant and is due in July with their baby. And now it's going to be, the baby is fatherless and she's going to be alone with this baby. I'm pretty sure her family will help or whatever. So, first of all, the fact that her statement didn't mention anything about these people who family members were killed, I think was very ignorant and kind of problematic first and foremost.
So the reasoning why, because I was talking to someone else about this, was because obviously they're state troopers, so they're going to get assistance. So meaning that this girl who did it and her family don't obviously have the same amount of money a state trooper would have. But we also have to think of the fact that there was also a pedestrian.
Yeah, but I still don't understand, what does assistance have to do with someone's grief and loss? I don't care if they were get $1 million from the state. What does that have to do with someone not having their family member with them anymore? You know what I'm saying? So you could still acknowledge it. And then second of all, we had to stop. Yes, people make mistakes, and it was a mistake, and you could have said that, but I feel like you should have also mentioned the severity of what she did. This drinking, this smoking, this being high and driving stuff is no joke. And it really has to stop. People take it lightly, I want to read her tweets. Okay, so let's say this. What I'm not going to do is read the previous tweets, because people tweet about stupid stuff all the time. So she did have previous tweets months ago, whatever. No, read about. No,
I know the most. I'm getting there.
Okay, go read it.
So she's had previous tweets. I know there's a website that I brought up earlier, but I'm not going to bring that one up. I'm reading this is from heavy.com. With old tweets of her talking about being drunk. that's not where I'm going to stand. Where I'm going to stand on is the tweet.
But
sort of, kind of. But I mean, tweeting about randomly just being drunk is fine.
Being drunk is different.
That's different. However, one of her tweets from January 15th. If you ask me, I'm the best drunk driver ever. That's one. And where is the most recent? The one happened mere minutes, hours, however, before this accident occurred on March 21st, 2020, at about 12:45 a.m. She tweeted, "Why the cop pull me?" And he said, "I'm doing 110 and a 50." Laughing emoji, laughing emoji, laughing emoji, laughing emoji. Girl. So this is telling me that, and this it would kind of piss me off because people were saying, "Oh, she made a mistake." My thing is, at that moment when you got pulled over doing more than half the speed limit, and got pulled over, and miraculously was let go somehow.
Right.
That should have been your wake up call of slow down.
Right. And first of all, what date was that tweet from?
That was March 21st, 2020.
Okay.
So that was already a warning of, girl, you're driving too fast.
Right.
The one from January, be it as it may, it's not a very good tweet. We don't know if she tweeted that before she was drunk driving or while she was or whatever. But the one right here where it's like, so you acknowledge that you were going almost double the speed limit mere minutes before this happened.
I really can't. And it's like, but then the thing is, but honestly, to me, the one from January is just as horrible for the reason why I think that lady who made that post, that is the reason why I feel like her post was a bit problematic, because this shows that this young girl, like I said, people do make mistakes and stuff like that, so I'm not trying to say like she's a horrible person, but what it definitely shows is that she did not take drinking and driving serious.
She didn't learn.
Yeah, she did not take drinking and driving.
Like, I don't know about her, but police to me is a big thing. Like, if I'm doing something, the police stop me, I'm going to maybe turn my attitude around.
But I'm even talking about the post about her saying that she's the best drunk driver in the world.
Yeah,
like,
that's
or whatever. That shows me that that shows that she most likely has done. I mean, if she says she's the best one, she has done it before, possibly several times. So that shows me that you don't see the severity of what you're doing. So when that lady made that post saying, "Queen, we all been there," stuff like, no, that's not. First of all, not all 21-year-olds have been there. No, that's not true. No, a lot of 21 years olds who's old enough to drink also knows that you shouldn't be drinking and driving. Like, point blank and period. Now, do some people be like, try to risk it a little bit and be like, I think I'll be okay, have an accident, like, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know.
I've been in the car with someone who's drunk, like who's been drunk and drove, and we got pulled over for going too slow at some point. Like, it's like that they're so conscious of it, and even then, it wasn't the right thing to do.
Right.
You know, but still at the same time, it's like someone pulled you over and said, "Hey, you're doing." First of all, where are you going? Just a 50. You're going 110. Says, calm down.
Right.
Like, what's happening? But it's like, so you're bragging about drunk driving, and then you go out and do it again, and obviously you didn't learn the first time when he pulled you over and said, "Hey, you're going a little bit too fast. Slow down."
Right.
So let me just jump back on here and start trying to do another 110, and now look what happened. So it's like, I'm not going to say, like, I'm not going to lift this girl. I don't know this girl. I'm not going to lift her up like she's a saint. She's not Rosa Parks.
Right.
You know, she did something wrong.
To be saying queen.
Yeah, this pissed me off about our people, because y'all lift everyone. It's more to it, but I'm gonna let that part go. Y'all lift anybody up, and it's like, no, like, y'all need to acknowledge that she did a wrong thing,
right?
And like, if you want to acknowledge that, hey, I think she did something stupid, and you know, I feel like she shouldn't go more than half her life in prison. We all agree on that one.
Yeah, but
you to lift her up like she's been to La Christ. She's not. She did a bad thing.
That's what I was saying.
Acknowledge that.
Right.
And if somebody is... Like. Sorry. If someone is fighting against you on that, this whole, well, fuck what y'all are talking about. No, not fuck what they're talking about. Fuck what you're talking about as well. Because, like, the same where they're coming from is the same where you're coming from.
Right.
So they're saying she's a villain. You're saying she's not a villain. She's not. But, like, we're not going to start getting competitive.
Right.
And argumentative about this.
Right.
You know... no.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, and that's the thing, and I think that's was my problem with it. It did too much piping up. I feel like a simple, plain statement, because at the end of the day, it's a tragedy all the way around. Like, she killed people doing a behavior that she has done several times and feels like it's not that bad. So I feel like the psychology of it all, like, to help people learn lessons, you have to make sure, like, yes, you're going to probably help them and stand by them because you don't want their life to be ruined, but you have to also have an emphasis on really, 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 really making sure that they know, like, that ain't cool. And even not just for this young girl, the other people who may do this behavior every day, you want them to read that too and realize that this behavior is not cool. Like, I wanted some more acknowledgement of, like, you know, just to be clear, this drinking and driving, I know some people do it stupidly, but it's really bad. Like, I don't like that. It felt like, to me, it was almost trivializing it as, like, oh, this normal mistake that all teenagers or all early 20-somethings make. I'm like, no. Maybe sleeping with somebody that you probably knew you shouldn't have been sleeping with and it was like a regret. That's
a mistake.
Maybe overdrafting your bank account too much and didn't know about the fees. That's a mistake that other people make. You know, these like,
I feel like a mistake,
you know.
A mistake is something that you can say 3 or 4 years in a line and be like, woof, child, dodge that bullet.
Right.
I don't think at any time she can even be ever telling this story where it's not like she's in a school setting being like, so this is what I did to screw my life up. Don't do what I did.
Right.
Okay, cool. That was something bad. But like saying it's like, oh, a 21-year-old mistake is not. That's not it. Because people 21 to 41 to 51 to 91,
right, drink
and drive.
Yeah, exactly.
All the time. It's it lessens the severity because some people will put it in their minds that like, oh, like it's just a thing. No, it's not just a thing.
Right.
Because you want to bring up a thing, and that's why I kind of brought this up earlier, the whole Brock Turner situation.
Right.
What happened with him?
That's true.
He did. I'm not going to say the word because we cannot say it on YouTube, and we can't say it on... So he...
Sexual
R
assault.
word, yes.
You can say sexual assault.
He sexually assaulted...
Yeah.
Women.
Right.
And he was pretty young. Look up how old he was when it happened. He was pretty young. And the same type of outcry was like, oh, but he's just young. But that's traumatic. I'm not trying to put the same thing as sexual assault versus murder, you know, in the same category. But it's like, this was the same type of argument that people were trying to pull. In the same way I'm saying that now, do I think he needs to be in jail for the rest of his life? Maybe not. But does he need to learn that what you did is wrong and you need to have a punishment? Yes, very much. Because what both of y'all did was horrific. You need to learn. But it's like, we're not going to sit here and try to hold the person up like they just did. This not a 21-year-old thing. Because since I was 21, I haven't sexually assaulted or drunk drove and murdered someone.
Right.
Haven't done any of those at 21.
Right. And it's like...
You know, like, come on now.
This article, I think when everything came out, he was 27, but I'm not...
Okay,
I don't know
way
if that's
too
the
old.
age that... Wait, hold on. It's just been 3 weeks since Chanel Miller allowed her name to become public in a 27-year-old... Oh, no. That's the girl. That's not even Brock Turner. Where's the age? Oh, 19. He was 19.
Ooh, 19. Ooh.
And that's the...
Even worse.
I don't know... And, you know, I do try to give the benefit of the doubt because I do believe that I've always, and even you, have been, like, kind of, like, mature for our age. Like, we have been mature for our age. So, like, I always, like, I would have never thought to do that. But I'm like, okay, some people have different upbringings. Some people are, so I try to give the benefit of the doubt in certain things. But it's just kind of also, like, I don't know. Like, people, you know that these things are. I don't know.
Like,
you know
the thing, like, I think, and you know what I can say, like, we all went to college, and like we saw people who are a little bit immature, and they did certain things that were kind of wrong, and it's like, y'all not learn this? But at a certain point, like, you have to learn. But I feel like the whole drinking and driving thing has always been instilled in people.
Yeah.
Like, that's something I feel like we've always talked about that.
Yeah, even in high school.
Like, we was not paying attention.
Before we were even allowed to drink or probably even drive.
Yeah.
And we talked about that.
They were saying don't do it. So, I don't know. Do I think she needs a few years? She's 21 now. I said give her until she's like 25, 26.
Yeah.
Make sure when her brain's fully developed, skull's hard as a rock, bring her back and let her live her life. But not making it seem like y'all just don't want to do anything.
Right.
Bring her home. No, take her away for a little bit because that's going to be then everyone's going to try to use that excuse. Someone's going to drunk drive and do something and be like, "Well, they sent Shania home in 2 days." It's like, no, this is not a call to action for everybody to go out there and do something stupid and think you can just come right back.
Right. And even if it's not her being in jail for, first of all, which this was one of my professors at the beginning of law school. I remember this is our first 2 weeks. We were taking litigation basics, and he was like, "The number one thing is going to make your job as attorney hard is social media because people do not know what to post on social media and what not to post on social media."
Please.
So this girl, like, honestly, at first I was like, okay, even if she wants to take it to trial, when it comes to sentencing guidelines aren't mandatory minimums. That means that judges can go above it and below it as long as they have like a reasonable basis for their decision. So I was even thinking that like she may not get all that time, even though a lot of people saying she's black and stuff like that. So it might how sometimes the justice system can be. But I really thought that the judge might look a little bit sympathetic, especially seeing how like distraught she has been about this and the fact that she has no priors. But oh boy, once they see them tweets, I don't know how forgiving the judge might be. But like, okay, even if she gets a year in prison, let's say, or like less than a year, like I just feel like what would really be helpful is some sort of kind of like very productive probation, in a sense of like you gotta go to you have to go to these classes about drinking and driving. You have to go talk to, I don't know, victims of drinking and driving. You have to, I want you to volunteer with a school program, like something that's really like going to drive this home.
Something extensive, because we know at 21, you can do. We have people in college who've been there for 4 years, so they learn a damn thing.
Right. I want to see you text 10 of your friends a nice, well-written, at least paragraph about why drinking and driving is bad, or something like that. Something to have like some sort of impact to show that you're thinking. Like I know in Florida, I think like when some people get DUIs, like I heard the probation is very stringent. Like they even have to go to presentations about what is it called, the mothers concerned with drinking and driving, something like that. They have to go to all these presentations, like from I guess a group of mothers who like maybe have lost children by people crashing into them with drinking and driving and stuff. So yeah, I think something like that, because sometimes prison is not always the answer, because the way our prison system is set up in the country is supposed to be rehabilitation, but it's really not. It's just someone sitting in a cell for like 6 years. I mean, even though that's pretty harsh punishment, but is it really driving it home? But I
think that's what I want her to understand the most. Is just drive it home that this isn't a 21-year-old thing. This isn't like a fun thing to do. This is like something we should always actively avoid. Mm-hmm. Right.
It stressed me out.
Just to see the people defending and like going back and forth and all this kind of stuff was it's very problematic. It's like, yo, please.
Right.
Please. Right. Please. This isn't not this.
And then it just I don't know. And then, it's
like we have to let people feel a punishment.
Right.
Y'all gotta stop trying to save everybody. We can't save everybody.
Yeah, and that's what I've always been talking about, like with certain injustices with the criminal justice system. Yes, I believe, like in all these different cases, yes, I believe in certain cases, like someone shouldn't be in some cases shouldn't even be going to prison. They could get probation or a light probation, or like, certain things. Sometimes I think the punishments really aren't even helpful and they're too far. Mm-hmm. So I get when people want to advocate for that, but like I keep saying, like you should want to advocate for that, but also really make sure that people are understanding that, listen, like these actions that you did, let's figure out why they're happening. Maybe do you need like some support in another area, because I mean, this is going to keep getting you into the criminal justice system that we know is not most just for people who look like us. So,
and slaps on the wrist don't seem to help, because sis got a slap on the wrist when the trooper pulled her over.
Right.
And it's like, and you went back to the same exact thing. Right. Like, all right, here we are.
Because she's very lucky with that. Like, going 115 and a 50, like you could have been. Like that's like arrest territory.
Yeah,
because that's like really reckless driving and stuff like that.
You had someone watching over you, you still kept on going.
Right. So. It's just, and I see so many people that drink and drive and smoke and drive, and it's just like I'm not playing no game. Like if I know I've drove like.
Well, you're overboard. You're like, if you smell a shot of vodka, you're like, oh, I can't drive. It's like, you could drive. No, stop.
But I know how to. It's about managing. So, say if I get to a party that is going to be all like most of the night, maybe I will condense whatever I drink to the beginning of the party to give me ample time to drink water, eat, and sober up. Like I won't be taking shots the whole night and then try to drink a bottle of water 15 minutes before I leave because that's not gonna.
Yeah, but first of all, you do that in general.
Right, in general. Yeah,
we be Ubering and you be over there drinking water like you. I'm like, well, you need to be sober for the Uber ride
because I don't like. First of all, I don't. You know me. I don't really even like getting drunk. Tipsy is another thing because I feel like once you start having all them negative impacts, like you feel like you're about to throw up and all stuff. That stuff is just not even really fun.
Yeah,
anymore.
I be getting a headache, but I just be dehydrated.
Right. So it's not even fun. So I'd rather just stay at that sweet spot where it's like, oh, I'm having fun, but like not overboard. So that's why I kind of drink water. But like if I'm somewhere where I know I'm going to spend a night or something like that, like I will have a few more. Like I said, I still don't like to get blacked out.
Yeah,
like people because some people be aspirationally wanting to black. I'm getting blacked out tonight. Like why?
That's not fun for me.
No, let's not do that. But yeah, so I don't know. It's just about being, I don't know, responsible. I blame reality TV. I don't know who to blame for our generation.
Not reality. Well, I mean, and problematic. Yes.
I blame rap music. So
no, take a break because now you need to go take a nap. Goodbye.
I'm that guy from that show we watched. Don't you remember the race swap one?
No. Please don't bring that up.
First of all, don't bring that show. That show was hard.
Oh no, we are going to react to that on YouTube. We're going to react to it on YouTube. We're going to watch the whole series.
So no, it's not rap.
I just saw episode 4 and just oh my God.
Jesus. Like,
you got to record it.
But yeah,
anyway, let's take a break.
Just please, everyone, be safe. That's all we want.
Be safe. Please don't. She's not Christ. Let's calm down.
I pray for everyone in that situation because it's a horrible situation all the way around, and I think that's what the statement should be. Like, let's not forget about the people who died.
I don't mind the assist. Like, if y'all want to donate money and assistance for like lawyer fees and attorneys, all that, that's fine. But don't try to make it seem like y'all want her to just be out there walking around because I don't think she needs that right now.
Right.
She needs a shock.
Oh, like a shock. Wait, hold on.
Oh my God, not like that.
I'm like, okay, but dang, base, okay.
No, like she needs like a shock to make her know this is reality.
Like right.
This ain't GTA. Like this is real life.
I was about to say, dang, Baze was throwing her to the chair.
Sorry,
damn.
not the chair. Jesus.
Oh gosh. Okay. Anyway, we'll be back.
Take a break.
Do you need to? So let me stop playing so much. Do you guys want to make a podcast?
Yes.
Are you tired of paying those high prices for other ones?
Yes.
Do you want a professional, high quality, Emmy-winning podcast like ours?
Of course.
Don't know if they win Emmys, but that means you should download the Anchor app.
And do what with it?
You can download it on your iPhone, your Android. Don't do that. And you can just get podcasting away.
Yes, just like us.
Yeah. So vote for us for this year's People Choice Award for Best Podcast.
Yes, thank you so much. We'll see you.
Or at least email them so we can get on the ballot. Then back to the show. And welcome back.
Hello, hi.
So, Baze, I was looking at something on the internet, and they were asking, what things do you have a low toleration for? And especially, is there anything that you use?
Toleration a word?
I don't think. I think
tolerance. It's tolerance. I said toleration because we were making fun of the toleration, hateration, toleration, not the toleration.
First of all, we were over here playing saying that so much that I really just said it. As soon as I said, I'm like, toleration. But anyway, they know what I meant. Tolerance.
Remember when I did that when I said I was like I didn't like Scorpios and I was talking about the animal. And you're like, there's no such thing, and I was like, oh, it's a scorpion.
Those Scorpios.
I was like talking about oh Lord, the animal.
Watch out for the Scorpios. Like, what?
Everybody who was in November, like, what did we do?
But anyway, so things. And is there anything that you used to tolerate that you have a low tolerance for now?
Oh God, loud people. Like, and I can say I'm semi-loud, but like just constantly.
Right. Yeah.
Just loud. It's like, are you okay? Stop.
Right.
Like I don't know. When I was younger, I was okay with it, but like now I'm getting older. I'm just like, oh my God, like tone it down.
Right.
You are so loud.
I feel that.
I still talk loud, and sometimes even I will annoy myself. Like I feel like am I loud? Oh my God, I feel like I'm loud. But people who just like they're just
especially
loud.
when they're loud in inappropriate places.
Yeah,
like
that's
okay,
it.
we all out at a club. Or, I mean, you still don't need to be yelling, but like if we out somewhere, it's just fun. Everybody's like it's like a loud, fun environment. Okay, but
that's
like
different.
if we're in the airport or something, like
like
indoor
be quiet.
voices,
like
indoor voices.
Even like in the club when it's like if it's not like that, like if you're just like what.
And I feel like I smell like gas or something.
Oh, well, they're working downstairs.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know what's going on at this point. I think it's sawdust actually.
Probably.
But yeah, no, like even like in a club, like even if it's like if it's not that loud yet, you get that one person who comes up and they're like, "Ha!" It's oh my God, like why?
Right.
Like J-Lo's not even that loud. Like why are you screaming?
Like soon as they walk in, like the club didn't even heat up yet, and they already on the floor. Like
Yeah, please.
everybody had like
Back
everybody
up.
just still trying to get their drink. Like let's
Back
just,
up.
back,
It's
relax,
a lot.
relax. But yeah, no, I definitely agree. I definitely agree with that.
How about you?
One thing that I say that I really have a little, and it's getting worse and worse and worse.
Oh God.
But I have a low toleration. Toleration. I love that word now.
It's not.
We're gonna make
toleration.
that. We're making that a word. And Wendy Williams can make up words every 5 minutes. We can too. Toleration.
Mary J. Blige is gonna come get us. She's like, y'all not gonna use mine.
Tolerate. But you ever find words that really is not? I don't think it's a word, but it really sound like it should maybe be. Like toleration does sound like it should low key. That don't sound like it should be a word to you though.
It don't sound like a word.
I could see toleration like if I didn't know that it's tolerance. Like I wouldn't bet an eye to toleration. Like that sounds dumb. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like I don't know. Anyway, but toleration.
Please.
Oh my gosh. But anyway, the thing I really have a low tolerance for more and more is just rude and mean people.
Oh God.
Like I don't know. It just bothers me so much, and especially in the city in which we live.
Yeah.
It's like. I would say that's a pandemic in itself. And I don't know if
unnecessary.
It's right. And I don't know if it's, and you know, I do give people the benefit of the doubt. I don't know if it's like a lot of the strains with living in a city that's like has a lot of crime going on or maybe poverty and stuff. Cause that could be it. But it's just like like some people are just so rude and mean and nasty. It's just like for no reason. It's just like you accidentally walk in front of them, you and them like calm down. Like,
I mean, you just saw what I posted
down.
like a couple days ago in the Target.
Oh right, yeah,
A full on fist fight in the Target because like the girl bumped into her.
It's just like
unless it was more to that story. Literally, from what I heard from the argument, was like you bumped into me.
Right, and it's just like
did we need to fist
fight?
over
Right.
it?
It's just like so many people are so mean. They're so rude. They're like so like self-serving. It's like think about people around you, like especially like when they drive, they don't care what's going on. They're so aggressive. Like first of all, do you know the amount of things that happen on a daily basis that I don't blow my horn at or anything? But it'd be like someone would do the slightest thing, and I see people and just like. First of all, yesterday, this man gonna have the nerve to blow her. This time, I blew the horn right back. Because, first of all, he gonna have the nerve to blow the horn at me because he was over his lane. I'm like, sir. And then the thing is, it's like, but see, it's like, y'all feel like y'all have to blow horns and respond to, like, every little thing. Just like in the Walmart. Remember, I got so irritated that lady. I don't really like tell someone because it makes me so angry, and that's the first time I ever told someone to like just like get out my face, like because I'm like it was just making me so. No, mad.
Tell your story. I can tell you my Home Depot story.
Pretty much this lady. So I'm in Walmart, and you know how like sometimes with the. Well, first of all, South Philadelphia Walmart, if you don't know, took away the self-checkout because too many people were robbing them
North Philadelphia one did too.
Oh, right, yeah. So they were getting robbed blind every day. Like, people were scanning noodles for TVs and stuff. So, like... So now they only have, like, speedy checkout with someone actually checking you out. But sometimes the way those lines go, it makes the line go back into, like, the clothes aisle where people were trying to... So... Sometimes, like, if it's just, like, a couple people in front of me, in order to not block the clothes, I would just, like, stand to the side of them or something because it's going to be quick. But in typical South Philly Walmart fashion, I don't know why it was taking 35 minutes when it was, like, two people in front of me. So a line started kind of coming behind me. So apparently a lady stood directly behind the line where the clothes is at. So a couple people got behind me and she... Excuse me, the line is back here or whatever. And first of all, I heard the one man, he was like, okay. He was like, it's not that serious. Like, I'll come back here. Y'all, when I say she had the biggest fit, like, at first I hear her saying stuff behind me, and then she gets up closer. You dead wrong for that. And I'm like, excuse me for what? Because you're going to sit there and make the line crooked. I'm like, are you really having this big fit? Because, I mean, first of all, I was here before you. You should have followed my lead. Why didn't you get behind me? Nobody told you to go stand back there, first and foremost. And I'm like, it's not that serious. And that's why I say it's like, some people like, you would have thought I spit in her face or slapped her or something. The way she just made the biggest deal and just kept going. I'm like, well, I didn't see you back. I thought this was going to be quicker. But you did wrong for that. I said, ma'am, I was like, ma'am, can you leave me alone? Like, I'm like, just please get out my face. Like, please.
You didn't say it like that. So you did not say it like that. So don't try to, do not try to cap for this podcast.
I swear to everything. That's what my mom told me. Actually, I didn't say it like that. I said it worse.
Yeah, that's what I said. Okay. You didn't say it like that. You didn't say, ma'am, can you please get out of my face?
I said, shut up and get out my face.
You turned around, you said, let me tell you something, ho. Like,
I was like, can you shut up and get out my face? And I'm like, that's why I'm leaving this dumb, dirty city, because they all get on my freaking nerves. Okay. They all got attitudes. I'm sorry, Philly. I just went off on y'all for a second. Not everyone's dumb.
You're going to where? Not the South.
Okay, but
not the ghetto South.
Well, at least everybody nice. People don't get attitudes because you went crooked. Like, people every 5 seconds wanting to be just a mess. But anyway, and it's not all of Philly. That's what I say. It's not all of Philly. But she really just got on my nerves so bad because it's like I said, it's a pandemic. But have you ever heard of that psychological thing? It was like social psychologists with like critical mass. So
was it gonna go into it? I probably have.
So pretty much what psychologists use is for diversity. That's what they really referring to. So like schools use that as a metric. So once you get past 20%, it takes 20% of having a certain type of people for it to actually change the culture. So like schools use that for diversity. So like if you can get your school to be 20% non-white, then your school will actually that will actually start having an impact on your culture. It will make the culture diverse, but you have to get to at least 20%. So what I feel like in Philly is it's not majority of the people who just act up, but I think we have gotten to the critical mass. Like I think it's past 20%. So that's why it's like now it's impacted. You know what I'm saying? Like now I think it's not everyone, but it's so many that it's starting to impact the vibe and the culture of the city. It's like you hear some of these shooting stories and they be like, what happened? Because they said, did you really just shoot and kill somebody because they hurt your feelings? And first of all,
they was in my parking spot. Okay. Yeah. Like, so you couldn't go somewhere else?
There's a lot of major cities that have that.
Yeah, but like, you couldn't go somewhere else?
Right.
Like it's different if the parking spot had your name on it and it was in front of your house. Okay, maybe I might be angry, but I don't think I'm going to shoot anybody over it.
Right.
Like I don't think many things happen like in public where I'm going to get to the point of like killing, shooting, or physically fighting anybody. Like you already know, I'm like, listen, you could go ahead, have fun.
Yeah, it's just like
I've let people do that. Like I've been in people like in Walmarts and Targets when people have done like purposefully gotten in front of me and then like they do this thing where they like look back and I'm like, go right ahead. Cause see, I'm not in a rush.
Right.
Because you come to the store in a rush, you lost it.
Right.
I'm not in a rush. Go Go ahead.
Right.
Have fun.
Exactly.
Because I'm not doing it.
And I think
I'm not giving you this moment.
Right. And I think that's what bothers me the most because, like, when you're generally and typically like a very nice person and you always give people the benefit of the doubt, you always just generally kind and stuff, I think it really... That's what... It's not even the fact that they said this thing or this. It just makes me irritated that, like, why are you behaving that way? Like, it just makes you irritated when you're always nice and it's just like... other people, but then I'm like, maybe they're going through something, so I'm like, I just try to give them the benefit of the doubt. But it's a lot of rude people. It's like becoming everywhere. It's becoming a pandemic, but like, it's just y'all need to calm down. But like,
you know what I have a low tolerance for? The pandemic. I am over it.
Oh,
I'm tired of it.
I want to talk about that soon. Again.
I'm over it. Okay,
right.
I'm over the pandemic. I'm over the constant talking about the pandemic. When it first happened, I didn't really mind talking about it. Right. But like at this point, we've been in this Pangea for like 2 years. I don't want to talk about it no more. I don't care. Leave me alone.
Right.
I don't care. Everyone's doing what the fuck they want to do. At this point, leave me alone. Leave me out of it. Leave me out the conversation. I don't want to talk about it.
Right.
Moving on. Okay? Moving on it. I don't care. I don't care. I have a very low tolerance to keep talking about it. Because again, it's like I said, it's been 2 years. It's like I don't want to bring it up in every conversation.
Right.
I don't want to talk about it anymore. Like it had such a negative effect. Oh. I hear it all the time.
I have to say, I don't really hear people talk. I mean, of course, on the news and stuff, but it's like, I don't hear talk about it that much in the sense of like, I don't know.
I get it every so often because I'll talk to someone who I haven't talked to in a minute, and it's like, oh yeah, because of this pandemic, I'm like, oh my god, shut up.
Type of yeah.
But it's just, oh my god, shut up.
You over.
I don't even want to talk about it anymore. Leave me alone.
I don't. It just. But you know what? One thing about this pandemic, what made it worse, and actually, I'm writing my my research paper for my law class. Oddly enough, it's a cyber privacy threats class. So people are like, how does COVID interact with that? But they talk a lot about fake news on the internet and how that can actually be a security threat to national security when it's like we can't have proper civil discourse. So I'm going to talk about the civil discourse around whatever. But it's like, what? Sorry.
Straight over my head. Whoa.
Well, pretty much civil discourse is just having constructive debates with people. Like, constructive conversation. That's what they pretty much call it. But, like, I don't know. I think the pandemic stuff got out of hand because we never had constructive conversations about it. And it's just like, I don't know. It just... I don't know what to say. Like, they say we live in a the stuff that I've been reading and what we run in class said that they think we live in a post-factual world. Which is sad. Post-factual world. Oh, that could be another podcast topic.
Please, no. Absolutely not.
So, though, real quick, it's pretty much saying that, like, we live in a society where it's not, like, we don't really go by facts anymore. It's just like whatever anyone feels, and that's what, so it's like...
That's not it.
Like, it's just, because it's just like, the fact that I can see us debating how we should handle the pandemic, but the fact that we spent 2 years still even debating whether the pandemic was serious, like, come on, like, what are like, we gotta get to some sort of agreement, but that's because some people, like, like, we saw certain posts who just like to go on Facebook, go on social media and be like, the vaccine was never tested. That's not true. That's not true.
Okay, don't hit the
I'm
table.
sorry.
Calm down.
That's not true. But anyway, that's a whole other conversation. But yeah, I just think that's one thing I have a little time for. Poor civil discourse. I feel like we need to have more constructive conversations with each other, even when you don't agree on things, because that's how we actually get to real solutions.
Well, I actually want to bring one last little thing up because we don't have that much time left.
Yeah.
Our little end segment called the comment section, can't call it that no more.
Why?
Because there's a girl on TikTok and her name's Drew. I love her.
Drew Dorsey?
No.
Okay.
But no, her whole podcast is called the comment section, so can't use it. So
Dave's over here plagiarizing.
We'll come up with something else. No. I'll show you Drew's. I loved her. She's really fun. Drew. I don't know how to say her last name, but she's amazing.
Shout out to Drew.
Shout out to Drew Alfalo. I don't know how to say her last name. But anyway, thank you guys for listening. Follow us on social media at CodenameZ, the podcast, Instagram, YouTube, and goodbye.
Goodbye.